Hi, this is Rainbow Abegg. I share a variety of teachings, so I'm sure there'll be something for you to be able to feast on. And remember, I'm always open to comments and suggestions. What is it that you want to know? And we can tackle really any topic. There's usually some person or situation, something you've been through that becomes a block. Now, I'm titling this about mothers, but that's just basically the face of it. It doesn't have to be a mother, but it could be someone that is powerful in your life that you feel like you're blocked because of that person. So we're going to talk about that topic today and how to really get out of that victim mode and move your life forward. I love this quote by Nancy Friday. Blaming mother is just a negative way of clinging to her still. So by blaming, and whether if it's mom or any other person or situation you've gone through, it really can hold you hostage. When I was a little girl, I raised guppies, and I had a mama guppy that was probably the most pregnant fish that I ever had in my days of being, raising guppies. And I could tell one day she was really struggling. It was time for her to give birth. And I just had a little girl intuition on what to do to assist her and helped this baby guppy actually get out. And after that, all the rest of them, she was able to birth. And she had 30 baby guppies in her. Well, I was still fairly new at that point in time to learning about guppies and their way of life. And I had left the male guppy in with the little guppies, and he began to eat them. So I had to hurry and pull him out and had to separate the mother as well. In the animal kingdom, when a baby is born, in most areas, they're on their own. Even a horse, like it needs to get up and on its feet, or a deer. Like there is a requirement for the young to survive. Humans are probably the most needy animals of all. And that's because we're designed to need the bond and to be able to have those kind of structures with us. We're not like guppies. And so, in an ideal world, our needs would all be met, all the lessons would be there, but most of us don't get that because we're born to imperfect people. So how do imperfect people raise other people? Imperfectly. Everybody has a history and filters and in lessons that they've learned and things that have held them back. So you can only give what you've gotten. If you haven't got it figured out, you're not going to be able to pass it on to your children. But a lot of times when we grow up and we identify with this lack or whatever we deem was the injustice in our life, then that story keeps creating for us. I see people when they're stuck in a victim mentality, they're usually very angry, very resentful, blame, a lot of judgment. There's not a lot of wiggle room for forgiveness and love and even acceptance. Now, I understand there are people that go through really tragic, terrible abuses, and I would certainly encourage you to get professional help if you're not doing well and not coping well, so that I know that you can heal. I know that that is available. So do that work, do that for yourself. Really what it ultimately comes to is you are your best resource, and it's time to become responsible and know that, so that your story can come together for you in healing. When you become responsible for yourself, you actually tap into the ability to learn about yourself, to be able to course correct. It is empowering because you're no longer giving your power away. So today, I want you to go to the mirror and have a conversation with yourself. There's something very powerful, and I believe it's because you're actually talking to the child within, but it's also coding new information in the subconscious mind. So go to the mirror today and say, hello, beautiful. I am fully responsible for you from this moment forward. Or hello, handsome. Hello, intelligent being of light. Whatever powerful statement feels good to you. Speak truth into that mirror. Claim today as your day to step forward into being responsible for your own healing. So whatever's happened to you will no longer hold you hostage. Now that's the first step in it. There's a lot of times layers and layers that we go through, but it is doable. So this is your first step. As you choose today to be your day, that you're not going to pass on the things that you felt like were dysfunctional and didn't work for you, that you are stepping into this new responsible aspect of yourself. You have that direction, that ability, that intuition that the best is yet to come. And as you take responsibility for yourself, there may be work to do. Doesn't mean all the pain barrier is gone, but it does create a declaration that it will no longer be your driver. So you have now stepped into the driver's seat. I want you to also look for what it is that really you felt like hurt you or didn't work for you. It could be control, it could be passive aggressive, it could be just maybe you weren't given any life instruction, maybe you were abandoned, maybe there was abuse. Whatever it is, I want you to be able to look at that through a different lens. And here's my two-step process for that. Whatever it is that you were experiencing, it could be some kind of crazy making. I want you to look at two things. Number one, and I'm just using mom as an example, and that is, and you can fill in the name of the person or the situation if it's not mom. But what is it that mom did that you felt like set you up for failure or that thwarted your growth? In other words, what are the negatives? I do want you to know those. I'm not afraid to do that shadow work. I don't believe that just focusing on positivity is the way through, because you are a full person. I want you to know where you believe the damage is. That's going to help you to have a clear understanding of where you're starting. Okay, these are my deficits. The second step is, what are the positives that mom gave you? What are the positive things you were taught, that you were gifted? It may just be one positive memory, but what are those strong things that you can also make a list of? What did you learn? Now here's the tricky part. Sometimes it's the things you didn't get that actually become your strengths. So that's what I want you to look at, those two lists. How did that negative list actually develop in you the strengths? One thing that I do as I'm coaching people and doing the healing work with people is help them really understand that. So I know there's a great power in the reframing process, but actually there's a lot of truth in it too. When I spoke at my mom's funeral, that's one thing I said, that I was thankful for all the things she didn't give me. Those actually have become my strength. And when my mom was dying, I went to her and I told her that in this whole process of her creating me, that I've taken my light and my efforts, and every day I try to help people. Every day I try to help the whole earth family increase in light and in love and in understanding and in peace and forgiveness. And that wasn't her past. She didn't have any connection to that, but she created me. So I let her know that what she gave to me in this gift of life, that I am trying to amplify and give out to the world. She actually started to cry. And she said, that is the most beautiful thing that anyone has ever said to me. So for all the things that I blamed her for, I also have just as much to thank her for. So thanks, Mom. This is dedicated to you. She's an angel now, and I know that she would be grateful to know that I fully am responsible for myself and for my life. And by doing that, I can make something amazing of it, and so can you. So try this process, leave me your comments, and just know that there is a great power in letting go and no longer clinging to that which just doesn't serve. Sending you love. Have a blessed day.